Okay, welcome back. Now, in the previous video, part 52, I showed you how to get a copy of winRE.wim to boot into Windows pre-execution environment. Now, just to recap, pre-execution environment runs entirely in memory, giving you free access to the disk, which you can then wipe, format, and install a new operating system, Windows 10 or 11. Now this website here, which is the optional components, is a sort of menu a la carte menu, where you can see what's available to add to Windows PE, and you can see, for instance, if we're going to add PowerShell, which is really quite a useful component, allows you sort of prettier menus and gathering system information, stuff like that. Has a dependency on WP-WMI. Now that is already available in WinRT, and so is scripting. So all you need are these two, NetFX and PowerShell. I think up here, yeah, you can see other packages which are in this menu is, say, the Wi-Fi package. Now the package is included in winRE, and it's not available for WinPE. Now it does say here that WinPE doesn't support general wireless networking functions, but in a previous video I did explain how you can do this. It was part 6, and there's lots of other optional components which you might be interested in. Okay. So, first thing we're going to do, this is the script for this video, is we're going to get the image info. Now you can do this two ways, it basically works more or less the same. It's very strange that you get two DISM commands that are so similar but just different. You know, ImageFile, WimFile, what's that about? So, this is what's in winRE, the one that we got the one that we got in the previous video. And the key thing here is you can see that the version is 19041. Now, when you get these optional components, it's critical that you get the right one. So in this URL here are all the versions of the optional components that are available. And the one that we want for this version is 1903. You need to get the right one. If you get the wrong one, it won't load. Now I'm actually going to demonstrate that. So first thing I'm going to do is mount the image. And we'll pause the video while that happens. Okay, we're back. So next thing we're going to do is just have a quick look at what packages already are in winRE with this command. And you can see there's actually quite a lot. Now the ones I was telling you that are useful is there's scripting, which you need, and there's WMI. It's got, you know, plenty of other things as well, including things you probably don't want, like the audio drivers. If you did the same thing with a bare WinPE, you'd find practically nothing, just maybe these ones up here. Okay, so that's what's already in WinPE. So what we're going to try and do is add a package which I downloaded before. There we go. So adding package looks good, and then it fails with an error code and specified package is not applicable to this image. Not entirely helpful. But the reason is, you can see that the versions are different. So this is 1832, and as we said in WinInfo, we're looking for 1903, 19041. So that doesn't work. Now I have downloaded the correct version, and I copied it and stored it in a local directory, winpe.oc's optional components. So we're going to try and install PowerShell. So it looks good. Adding the package. Oh, package is not applicable to this image. Same error message. Now you can investigate this with Google, or have a look at the DSM log. We won't bother because the only thing it says in there is that this error occurred about halfway through of thousands of lines. Probably only useful to the developers. It just says this error has occurred and basically bails out. It's the same error as using the wrong version, but don't give up, because what's happened is we've tried to install PowerShell without NetFX in it. So let's just do that. We'll add NetFX. Oops, not that one. This one. Now it's actually doing something. I'll pause the video. Okay, so that finished and installed properly. So now we can add PowerShell back. And it will install, and it's fairly quick. Okay, so now we've added PowerShell, the last thing to do really is save it. Oh, by the way, I copy findstr. That's a really useful thing to have. Really useful thing to have in WinPE. So just do that while we're at it. And now we need to save it and commit it, which basically will create another winRE.wim. Okay, so there it goes. There you go. So that's it finished, and it's created winRE.wim. So all we have to do now is copy it to the USB, which we did in Part 52. So I won't show you that again. And then boot and try PowerShell. Okay, so like in the Part 52, I've booted this into WinPE, and there's PowerShell running. So just to show you some of the I'll just run that. And there's PowerShell using WMI to have a look at the computer system. So that's how to install PowerShell.